Hi-ho friends, welcome back to another The Snug Bungalow video where we look through a bag of my thrift store finds. Today we are going to look through a bag of stuff that I found at the Goodwill bins or the Goodwill outlets. We're going to look at all different types of things, and the first thing that I have to show you is gigantic. This is a Vera Bradley garment bag. It is a full-size garment bag. It has a pattern of bees and yellow roses. All of these patterns have names, and I usually do find out what they are when I list them. I think it helps a little bit. And I just like that kind of minutia. Anyway, here is the tag. And inside you can see that there's netting and ribbons to keep your garments in place while you travel. It's in pretty good condition. It just has a couple spots of dirt here and there from use. I have never sold a Vera Bradley garment bag before. I've sold a couple of the purses here and there. I don't really get into the Vera Bradley situation very deeply. But when I find something for a good price, I usually nab it. And I thought, well, why not? So we'll see how that goes. I haven't looked it up yet. I don't know, but it was at the bins. It was cheap. It was interesting to me. Not something that I've listed before, so I went ahead and got it. Okay. Next item up is this London fog hat. This feels like wool to me. It says made in USA. American made. I'm not sure if it says it's wool or not, but that's what it feels like. Inside is nice and clean. And I have sold London fog hats before, and they usually do pretty well. So I love selling hats. They're really easy. You just take a couple measurements. The pictures are easy to get. So whenever I see one that interests me or that I've sold before and I know will sell well, I get them. They are not as readily available as they were at one time at the bins that I go to. So I think some people are onto the fact that you can make some money with hats. But that's okay, because there's enough junk for us all. Plenty to go around. The next thing that I got is this vintage tie. It is for, I think it's the University of Virginia. Oh, Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. And I think that you can see that there is little emblems all throughout the pattern, plus the stripes. So it's pretty intricate. People really like sports stuff and college stuff. So I always keep a lookout for those things. So cute little tie. I used to buy all kinds of ties, and they used to sell pretty well. That totally stopped during the pandemic. Obviously, who's going to be wearing a tie when they're, you know, we can hardly get people to wear pants when they're working from home, let alone a tie. So I try to be really careful now about what I pick up and make sure that it's really special, or at least really unique. This is something I'm keeping for myself. It was for sale at Target originally, and I saw it at Target when it was originally for sale, and I thought it was so cute. I thought that the price was like, not great. I remember it going on sale for $11, and I was still like, I don't know. But when you find it at the bins, it's like $1 or less. And this is a little chenille pillow of the sun. On the other side, it says Chase the Sun. And that's an embroidery. And I just thought he was so cute. So I'm really happy to have that for, like, you know, pennies instead of 11 whole dollars. Sometimes I think when you're doing all of your shopping at thrift stores, like especially the bins, which is way lower price than other thrift stores, that it sort of skews your like perception of what things should cost, or what things do cost sometimes. And that's just sort of funny to realize when you're like, dollars? Which has happened to me for a really long time because I used to yard sale a lot in high school and stuff. And then when you'd like go to the mall for like a shirt, you know, the last shirt that you bought was 25 cents and these people want $25. Yeah, it's hard. The struggle is real. The next thing is vintage satin ornaments in package. I love finding Christmas stuff. I love finding Christmas stuff in the package even more, and especially when we are sitting on the precipice of Christmas itself. So these have a little bit of wear actually, just from being so old in the package. Some of the little strings are coming detached, but just give them a little hair trim and they're fine. I'm probably going to sell them both together. Super cute. Now these will not obviously make it up in my shops for Thanksgiving, but they would be great for Thanksgiving. These are little picks. They say grateful. And whenever I find anything relating to cocktails, stir sticks, either vintage or new, especially if they're in the package, that is fantastic. They will sell very quickly, especially if they're like unique or strange in any way. I had some cocktail picks that were really long thumbnails. So like the top part of it was like, thumbnail is not the word that I want. Thumbtack. Haha, thumbtack. They were really long thumbtacks. So the top looked like a thumbtack. They had all like the normal colors, but the like pick part was really long, like a cocktail pick. And it was just very, very quick seller. Like it's like office stuff and cocktail bar cart stuff. And they just like flew out, and I thought that they were like so unique and interesting. I mean, these aren't that interesting, but they're still good enough to sell quickly, I think, and they're in the package, which is great. So this next item, I think we all know that Lisa Frank stuff can be worth a lot of money. It's usually worth the pickup at the very least. And I found this diary. Now, upon first notice, when I was at the bins looking at this, I noticed that it had the keys with it, and I was like, oh, awesome. But if you'll notice here, there is no lock. So you've got the keys, they're adorable with no lock. But it has not been used ever, totally blank inside. And then I was like, oh, there's this weird like jewel stuck to it. So I'm like picking at this jewel. And then I realized it's a button. And then I'm like, what? Does it do something? And then I looked inside and there's a battery pack. And on the outside, I don't know if you can see these little dots, but they're tiny little holes. So I think that it was meant to light up. It does not anymore. And I will sell it just as it is. If somebody wants to fiddle around with putting new batteries in it or whatever, that's fine. I don't. So we'll have to see. I have no idea how much it's worth, but it is classic Lisa Frank. So we'll have to see on that one. So I picked this up. And I don't know whether it's just nostalgia for me or what, but I love enamel wear. I think it's beautiful. I love the ombre situation that happens with the paint. I love even that it gets chipped a little bit. It looks like it's been somewhere, that it's lived a life. I like that you know, a lot of times it is nature related or fruit and veggies. And the colors are just vibrant and beautiful. This is like a teapot or a coffee pot. It does not have its lid, but it's pretty clean inside. And I just like can't help picturing it with like a beautiful bouquet of flowers on the inside, you know, in some like farmhouse chic sort of situation. Very, very tempted to keep this myself. I probably will let it go, but you know, it has the graphic on both sides, and I really really love enamelware. But I think that I will let it go. I will hopefully let it go. Okay, so we went to the flea market. We have a flea market that's just outside of town. We had originally gone on a Saturday, which was apparently not the day to go. Apparently, the Sunday is the day to go. And so we went recently on a Sunday. And the first thing that I came upon was this. This is a She-Ra doll, and her name is Glimmer. And she's in pretty good condition, but she was wearing this, a dress that does not fit her at all, first of all. But this is a Lady Lovelylocks doll, I believe. And I was like, I know what both of those things are. And she was $1. So I was like, all right, okay. I picked her up, started carrying her around. And then I spotted this beautiful blast from the past that we all know and love, Gem. I don't know if you know, but word on the street is she's truly outrageous. Truly outrageous. Her light up earrings do not work. Sometimes they do if you put new batteries in, sometimes they don't. So I will sell her as is. But her pink hair is still very vibrant. This was always like a lighter pink like this, so it wasn't meant to be neon pink or anything like that. She still has her original pantyhose, which are iridescent, shiny iridescent. You can see that there's some yellowing from age back here. But all in all, for $1, pretty good find. I was pretty excited about that. I'm gonna clean her up, and we will get her singing again in no time. Synergy, don't worry. Okay, so the last thing I have to show you also came from the flea market. I came upon, while I was eating my nachos with liquid cheese. If you know anything about me, you know that liquid cheese is basically my BFF. So I was eating some nachos, having a grand time. It was very sunny and lovely outside, and I came upon a blanket full of tins, and some of them were older tins that I recognized. I went over and I looked at them and I thought, oh, okay, there are some cool ones here. There was no price. I couldn't find the person who was selling them, so I was just like, you know, I'll just walk away. But as I turned to walk away, the salesperson was like, hey, those are $1 if you're interested. And I was like, you are speaking my language. $1 it is. So I got this adorable Almond Kisses. This is a Barton's tin, Barton's candy. And every side of this, plus the colors, are just fantastic. Look at that little wiener dog. Chef back there. Like, just so many great little scenes, and the colors with the background being black, I'm gonna have a hard time getting rid of this one as well. I think I can do it, but it's just so great, so vintage, so great. I'm a real sucker for like vintage graphics, and like this side just kills me. So I think I'm gonna be able to let this one go, but I guess we'll have to see. All right, guys, that was the last thing. you're going to want to be looking out for my next video, probably my next video, maybe it'll be in 2 videos, but I shot a lot of video of my vintage Christmas ornaments. Actually, not just the ornaments, all the decorations. So I've got all kinds of great footage of vintage Christmas on display in my home, and I will be making a video of that pretty soon. I probably will be working on it a little later today, in fact. But you'll want to look out for that one. If you need something to watch in the meantime, I've got lots of videos, but I've also got a video of Halloween decorations, my vintage Halloween decorations. And of course, not everything is vintage. I'm a person who really likes to mingle old and new together. So there'll be plenty for everyone if you are into holiday decorations. Okay, so thank you for hanging out with me. I invite you to give this video a thumbs up, a like. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below if you see anything you like or if you see anything that you need before it goes on into my shops, which will happen in the next couple weeks. Generally, it takes about 2 weeks for me to get the stuff into my shops from the time the video goes up. I'm going to leave some links below in the description box of stuff that is like this stuff, just in case you are jonesing to shop right away. And then I will put the actual links to these actual items up when they go live in my shops. I will see you again next time, and until then, I invite you to go out and find treasure.